Just downstream from here, the Bronx River cuts a dramatic gorge through the 50-acre Thane family forest, the largest surviving stand of uncut first-growth forest in New York City. Since its founding, the garden has preserved the forest in its natural state. But over the centuries, it has suffered from the impacts of human activity and invasive non-native species. To ensure the forest remains healthy, the garden has implemented a program of ecological restoration.
We're approaching our next stop, in the Magnolia Collection. This is one of the oldest plant collections in the garden. The first trees were planted here in the early 1900s. When they flower in early spring, the magnolias create an unforgettable spectacle. Magnolia Collection is just one of many tree collections in the garden. More than 30,000 trees, ranging from centuries-old titans to newly planted saplings, grow across the landscape. We're now passing through the oak collection, which includes oaks from Europe, Asia, and North America. Oaks are among the most economically and ecologically important trees in the world. The wood is used to build fine furniture and wine casks. Deer, chipmunks, rabbits, squirrels, and many other mammals feast on the acorns. The leaves are an important source of food for the caterpillars and other insects that, in turn, are consumed by the many birds found in the garden.
The living plant collections serve the garden's mission as a museum of plants. Scientists and students use these collections to learn about the diversity and adaptability of the plant kingdom. Gardeners can visit throughout the year and observe how different species and cultivated varieties change with the seasons. Our curators constantly evaluate the collections and search out interesting new varieties to add.
We are just about to pass the green zone at the top of the hill on side A. That's the home of the Green Materials Recycling Center. Funded by generous public and private donors, it's where we compost all the leaves, grass clippings, spent flowers, and other material generated as we care for the garden. We use the compost we create to improve our soil and feed our plants, which helps to reduce the amount of chemical fertilizers to help our plants thrive. On the same hill on side A is the East Gate. This area, which is made accessible by the Ann Hubbard Bridge, was completely redesigned in 2017. It now provides improved daytime access to the garden for our neighbors and visitors who arrive there by subway.
We're coming up to our next stop, the Edible Academy. This unique place was completed in 2018 and brings together the Ruth Ray Howell Family Garden, which has been located on this site for more than 30 years, with new year-round facilities that offer life-changing programs for local children and their families. It's a place where kids can dig in the soil, play with worms, learn what it takes to make a garden thrive, and maybe even want to eat their vegetables. Cooking demonstrations offer plenty of nutritious fun for adults and kids alike. And the...
Are we wanting to go the whole way back around to where we started, or like one more stop and then the base walk?
I really did like
Where? Oh, not back in the place. We could play somewhere else like that. We could find another lovely area. Or take a walk.
Well, the two cars were back behind us.
Rose Garden was designed in 1916 by pioneering landscape architect Beatrix Ferrand, a leader in her profession in the early 20th century. Ferrand's vision for the site wasn't fully realized until 1988, when David Rockefeller helped NYBG complete this garden in honor of his wife, Peggy, who loved roses.
roses were down here. Do you remember that place? The flowers roses. They were down here. I remember that. I know when I go to this place, this memory is with Grandma, Grandpa, and Mom and Dad. So it's like,
Are you sure you girls want to see the roses?
no, I'm saying, because we're not with Grandma and Grandpa. It could have been that. No, it's really with this place. It's just Grandma and Grandpa and Dad. Like Diane, I'm looking at my bag and oh, you can play.
I'm guessing one of the little houses that was here.
As the road curves, you can see the Judy and Michael Steinhardt maple collection. Here, native maples grow alongside unusual varieties of Japanese maple. These trees are beautiful year-round, from the emergence of leaves in spring to the red and golden foliage of fall. In the same area, the Dolores Stefina Hope Tree Peony Collection features a wonderful planting of herbaceous and tree peonies that flower in early May.
Pavilions mark the entry point to one of the country's greatest collections of rare and unusual garden conifers.
Late 1940s by noted landscape architect Marion Coffin, this collection was completely restored in 2004.
Conifers are plants that hold their seeds in cones, like the familiar pine cone used in winter holiday decorations. The Benenson Ornamental Conifer Collection includes plants with multicolored foliage, others with weeping forms, and compact and slow-growing varieties. This part of the garden is welcoming no matter the season, from the vibrant greens of spring and summer to the earth tones of autumn to a white blanket of winter snow.
Ahead, where the paths intersect on side A, look for a snake branch spruce, named for the long, slender branchlets that hang straight down from the main branches.
Right across the road, you'll find shade-tolerant dwarf conifers. Dwarf conifers grow very slowly. Some grow less than an inch a year and can take decades to grow only a few feet tall, making them a great choice for any gardener without a lot of space.
Around the upcoming bend, we will pass a short, compact tree with dense blue-green needles on side A. That is the R.H. Montgomery spruce, named after the man who donated many of the rare conifers in this collection beginning in the 1930s. All R.H. Montgomery spruces found in gardens around the world are descended from this one tree.
Mira, Anthony, esa es la espera. Que se le va la avenida ya.
99 segundos de nacional. Y en ese sentido no es mayor que 19 tramos. Pero que tú dices.
As we proceed up the hill, you'll see a pavilion with sweeping views of the conifers. It's a great place to relax and take in the beauty of this majestic collection. We have horticultural legend Sidney Waxman to thank for some of the dwarf conifers here in the garden. Waxman used a rifle to shoot down the cones from irregular formations called witches' brooms, collected the seeds, planted them, then selected and creatively named his favorite seedlings, such as sea urchin. It takes 30 years for these diminutive specimens to reach a height of 2 feet. We are passing the Nolan greenhouses for living collections on side B. This facility, usually closed to the public,
Quiero que enseñen esto a la familia.